Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Nina.
And I'm Matt.
Yes, and today we are talking about part 1 of Be Careful in Your Life.
Oh, okay. So sometimes I forget to be careful.
Okay, how so?
Okay, so recently I was going on a trip to Vietnam and I had everything ready and I got to the airport and looked at, I had printed out my flights, and when I got to the airport and was looking at them, I realized my return flight was a week later than I thought it was.
Oh, really?
So I guess what I had done was when I was booking my flights, I was first looking at a weekend later in the month.
Yes.
And then I decided to change to an earlier weekend. But I wasn't careful and I only changed the first flight.
Oh.
And the return flight was still for the later weekend.
Oh no, so you ended up having to stay another extra week?
That might have been nice, but I had to work, so
Okay.
I had to come back. So I had to spend the money to buy a new return ticket.
Oh.
And so I had 2 return flights and one I didn't use.
That's such a waste.
Mm-hmm.
You could have given your other return flight to someone else if they wanted to visit Taiwan.
But I was a little bit embarrassed and I didn't want to tell anyone at the time that I had made this mistake because I wasn't careful.
Yes, so it's very important for you to be careful in your life. When I was younger, I would always drop things or break things because I wasn't careful.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've never had that mistake.
Those are 2 ways that we should be careful, and I think we'll learn some more when we get into today's article after this.
All right.
Fran is a careful person. She is careful in all parts of her life. First, she is careful with her words. They can help her and her life. Her words can hurt her and her life too. They can also help and hurt other people, so Fran tries not to say bad things.
Hello everyone! Today we are looking at part 1 of Be Careful in Your Life.
Yes, so being careful means being very aware and making sure you don't make mistakes or get hurt. Yeah, so for example, you weren't careful earlier and you made the mistake of booking the wrong dates, right?
That's right. And if I had been careful, I would have had that money still.
Yeah. Also, what your parents often tell you when you're younger is be careful when you cross the street. Look both ways before you go. Right?
That's good advice, and a good time when you should be careful is on the street.
Yeah, so let's get into the story. Fran is a careful person. She is careful in all parts of her life. First, she is careful with her words. They can help her and her life. Careful with your words. Right, you have to be careful with what you say, right?
Yeah, there's times when you could say the wrong thing, and there might be some things that are bad that can happen from that.
Yeah.
One time, I wasn't careful with my words. So, I saw this friend of mine who I hadn't seen for a while, a woman.
Yes.
And, she was looking great, and I could see that she, was pregnant, was going to have a baby soon, I thought. So I said, congratulations! When is the baby due? So when is the baby going to be born? Turned out I should have been a little more careful because she wasn't pregnant.
Oh no.
She had just, gained some weight. She was a little bit chubbier.
Oh no, that's really bad.
Yeah, so it was a time when I definitely should have been more careful with my words.
Yeah, that goes to show how important it is.
Yeah, so let's see what Fran does. So her words can hurt her and her life too. They can also help and hurt other people. So Fran tries not to say bad things.
I think that's always a good idea. You know, people say if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
That's a good saying and a good way to be careful. It's just to not say bad things about people. When you can just keep them inside. You don't need to say them because they could hurt other people.
Yes.
Now, we saw the word hurt in this article about 3 times already, and it means to cause pain to someone or something. It can be physical pain, meaning from an injury or something on your body where it's ouch, or it can be emotional pain, meaning it hurts in your heart. It makes you feel sad. It makes you not feel good. It can hurt. So you can hurt somebody with your words if you're not careful, as I may have hurt my old friend accidentally when I thought she was pregnant.
Yeah, so being careful with your words is very important.
So I think there's some other cases in your life when you should be careful, and I think Fran is always careful. So we'll find out more about Fran after the break.
Okay.
Second, Fran is careful with her actions. She tries to do the right things, so she doesn't lie or steal. They can affect her, her family, and other people.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were talking about how Fran is very careful in her life and with her words, right? Because you have to be careful with what you say. It could hurt someone.
The first thing she does is she tries not to say bad things.
Yes, that's true.
So let's see what's next. Second, Fran is careful with her actions. She tries to do the right things.
Right things. What are right things?
So I don't know what the right things to do are, but those are the right actions. So an action is a noun, and an action is just something that is done. Something you do is an action. So any movement or thing that a person does is their actions.
Okay. Just like some people say, actions speak louder than words. So what you do is more important than what you say.
That's right. You could say that you want to help people, you want to, help give money to charity, but if you don't actually do it, if you don't actually do the action, it doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, so she tries to do the right things. So right is when something is right, it means it is correct or true. So for example, the answer to 2 plus 2 is 4. That's the right answer, right? So something that is right, it is not wrong.
So in the case of actions or doing the right things, it means doing the things that you should do. So doing things if you're doing something that's wrong, that would be something bad. Something that's probably not good for you or for other people.
Yeah, so in this case, doing the right thing can also mean doing the good thing. All right, continuing. So she doesn't lie or steal. They can affect her, her family, and other people. Okay, so no lying and no stealing. What's lie?
So to lie is to say, or I guess you could also write, so it's just to give information that you know is not true. So you're purposely giving wrong information. So you're telling someone maybe you're telling your mom that you're at home in bed when you're really out partying.
I think a lot of kids do that, right?
Yeah, a lot of children lie to their parents.
Do you ever lie?
Never.
Never?
No.
I don't believe
I had my fingers crossed. I just lied right now when I said I don't lie. So sometimes I lie. I may have pretended to be sick to not work.
Okay, I feel like many people have done that. Also with school, right?
Yes.
Okay. And steal is when you take something without asking someone or paying for it. Okay, so for example, it is wrong to steal someone else's toys. It's important to ask before taking things that don't belong to you, that isn't yours.
Okay, so you shouldn't lie, you shouldn't steal, and that's because they can affect her family, and other people. So to affect her or to affect someone means to make a difference or cause a change in something. So for example, if she lies and steals, it's going to cause a change. She might get in trouble. She might make people angry at her. She might cause her family to fight. There's many bad things that can happen if you're doing these bad things.
Yeah, so we learned that we should be careful in life, be careful about what we say and what we do.
That's
so
right.
actions and words, right?
That's right, and we learned how Fran is always careful, or seems to be so far.
She tries, maybe.
All right, and that's it for today. I guess we'll see you next time and learn more about Fran and her careful life.
All right, see you then.
Bye.
Fran is a careful person. She is careful in all parts of her life. First, she is careful with her words. They can help her and her life. Her words can hurt her and her life too. They can also help and hurt other people, so Fran tries not to say bad things. Second, Fran is careful with her actions. She tries to do the right things, so she doesn't lie or steal. They can affect her, her family, and other people.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这课的重点单字。第一个 hurt 动词，危害、伤害。它的三态是 hurt。Please don't hurt me. 请不要伤害我。下一个单字 action 名词，行为。I can't accept your actions. 我无法接受你的行为。下一个单字 right 形容词，正确的。It's the right decision. 这是一个正确的选择。下一个单字 lie 动词，说谎。Don't lie to your parents. 不要对父母说谎。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 a part of 加上名词，什么的一部分。Part 指的是部分的意思，这是一个可数名词。我们来看看这个例句。Regular exercise is a part of a healthy lifestyle. 规律运动是健康生活方式的一个部分。Lifestyle 指的是生活方式。下一个文法 Somebody is careful with something. 某人对某事很谨慎、很小心。Careful 是形容词，意思是仔细的、小心的。它的后面通常接介系词 with， 再接受词。我们来看看这个例句。My mother is very careful with my food. 我妈妈对我的饮食非常谨慎。最后一个文法 Somebody tries not to 加动词，某人尝试尽量不做某个事情。Try 指的是尝试、试图，这里要注意 not 的位置。我们来看看这个例句。I try not to drink too much coffee. 我尽量不要过度饮用咖啡。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hi everyone, today we will be taking you to Hukou, and that is located in Hsinchu. We'll be visiting the Hukou Old Street and as well as the Sanyuan Temple, and we'll be visiting the traditional markets as well. There are lots of fun things that you can do there. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So let's go!
Let's start from Hukou High School and visit the famous attractions nearby. The first place to go is Hukou Old Street. The prosperity of Hukou Old Street comes from the development of the Keelung, Hsinchu section of the railway. The buildings there use red bricks, blending Baroque and Southern Fujianese style. Because the buildings are for residential and commercial uses, when you walk inside, you'll first see the storefront and then the residence. Next to the Old Street is the well-known Sanyuan Temple. It is the faith center in Hukou area. It has a plain building style and shows the spirit of Hakka temples. It was designated as a county historic site in 2001. Then we come to Hukou Hakka Cultural and Creative Park. After more than 10 years of planning and construction, you can see the history and culture of Hakka agriculture and Hakka round buildings here. Finally, we come to the public market in Hukou Township. Taiwan's traditional markets have a long history. They formed before the Japanese colonial era, and many vendors gathered there in groups. The traditional market is not only about food. It's more about the interaction between vendors and customers. It is full of bargaining noises and the sound of horns, which is very lively. Even if there are many convenient supermarkets and hypermarkets today, the human touch of traditional markets is still hard to replace.
I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Hukou and all the fun things you can see and do there. I really enjoy going to the traditional markets because I like to bargain with the vendors. So next time when you go, don't forget to try. Well, this is all the time we have for today, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.